Alright guys, Splits here, and this is a versus video. So we got PS1 versus PS2 versus PS3 versus PS4. We are going to compare their game covers. So here is each individual one, so let's start it off. Alright guys, so I forgot to mention the game. So PS1, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, a great game. Madden 07 for the PS2, another great game. Black Ops 2 for the PS3, the greatest Call of Duty of all time. And the PS4 2K15 WWE, that's actually one of my favorite 2K15 games. So we are gonna see which cover is the best. So you guys can see the front of it. Now let's see the back of them. Alright guys, so here's the back. Now they actually look really similar, especially the PS2, PS3 and PS4, because if you look at the bottom here, you have all the information like T for T, T for teens, M for mature, E. But if you look at the PS1, like everything's on the bottom, but this one doesn't even have the logo. The barcode is on the right, everything on here is to the left. Other than that, like, they're exactly the same, so yeah. Alright guys, so there's the side of them. You guys can clearly see that the PS2 is actually a lot taller than the rest of them. And then in PS3, PS4, they're exactly the same size. And then obviously the PS1 is the smallest one out of them all. Also guys, if we look at the side of them, like the PS1 doesn't have that much stuff on it. It just says Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 and then other stuff. The PS2 says PlayStation 2, the logo, Madden 07 in big letters. That's the way I like it. Visual. PS3, same thing. And then the PS4 is different. PS4's logo on top, just like the PS2. And then the game, what the game's called, and then 2K. Alright guys, so another similarity between the PS2, PS3, and PS4 is that they have the same way they open, like the same mechanism, but the PS1 is totally different. It's changed. It hasn't really changed throughout the years, but they're the same. Alright, so let's actually look at the covers now. Now for the PS1, the visual is right here. The branding of the PlayStation is on the left side. And yeah, so if we look at the PS2, PS3, PS4, they are kind of the same if you think about it. PS2, PS3, PS4, they all have the branding on top. Instead the PS1 has that to the left. So yeah, and then these two are like kind of the same. They're actually the exact same height. But this one's just, I guess, blue. This one's just black. So yeah. Alright, so we have opened the cases to these games. So PS1, PS2, left side, PS3, PS4, right side. So there's actually quite a difference here. So the PS1, basically, it just has the disc and then the pamphlet of the cover. PS2 actually has more stuff than the rest of them. This has a disc. This also has the pamphlet, but unfortunately it's black and white. I don't know if that's with every PS2 game. But yeah, also they actually has a memory card holder for the PS2. Also, I don't know if that's for every game, but for this one it does. And it just has a lot more stuff. It just has a memory card added. And then the PS3, PS4, I don't think there's any difference between these two. They're exactly the same. Like, same thing, pamphlet. They both have color pamphlets. So yeah, that's basically the only difference. And again, this one's blue, this one's white. Alright, so let's actually look at the disc itself. So the PS1 is a lot simpler. It just has the name of the game and all the other facts. But if you look at here, like PS2, PS3, PS4 have a lot in similarities, if you guys can tell. So we look here, the branding. All of it's on the bottom, except for the PS3, it has like a curved branding to it. Other than that, like, they're exactly the same. And also, if we guys actually stack these up together, like so. You guys can actually see that they're exactly the same size, same everything. There's no difference. So let's actually look at the back now. All right, so let's start with the PS1. So here's the front. The back is actually black. Like I said, I don't know if this is with every PS1 game. Now let's go with the PS2. There it is. Let's look at the back. They're exactly the same. Same with PS3 and then PS4. They're exactly the same. No difference at all. Alright guys, so it's time for the conclusion. You guys are probably wondering which one's my favorite game cover. Now, it's actually simple. My favorite game cover has to be... Which one is it gonna be, guys? It's gonna have to go with the PS2, because not only is PS2 like the greatest of all time, also I feel like the cover is like a lot more high quality. It's a lot taller. They added like a memory card slot, which is nice of them. But yeah guys, I just like the PS4. I mean, not PS4, I like the PS2. Don't get me wrong. These all the consoles of the PlayStation are great. So yeah, PlayStation 2 cover has to be one of the best covers probably out of every cover actually. Probably not Nintendo cartridge. I can't even pronounce it. Cartridges. I can't even say the name. If anybody remembers those are probably like my favorite, I guess, covers of all time. But this is for the PlayStation, and like I said, PS2 takes the cake on this one. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching.